We'll also stay with the elections, and the General Superintendent of the Assemblies of God Church, Reverend Dr. Stephen Wengam, has admonished political parties to desist from preaching violence and respect the views of Ghanaians ahead of the 2024 elections. The General Superintendent urged Ghanaians to make decisive choices on the December 7 elections. Central Regional Correspondent Calvus Tete has more in the following report.
The General Superintendent of the Assemblies of God Church Ghana, Reverend Dr. Steve Wengam, indicated that most often than not, there is huge tension during election years, adding that most of these tension often emanate from utterances made by politicians and Ghanaians in general. The General Superintendent tasked Christians who are in the majority to speak out when political leaders make utterances that have the potential to disturb the peace of the country. Dr. Steve Wengam, on the other hand, tasked political leaders to avoid making utterances that stand to disturb the peace of the country and instead engage in campaigns that outline their vision for the country. Dr. Steve Wengam, who was speaking at the 25th anniversary celebration of the Shoreway Assemblies of God Church in Kaswa, urged political leaders to put Ghana first by coming up with policies that will benefit the entire nation.
Almost every election we will say it's crucial and critical, and we go through it. For me, it's crucial, but it's one of the normal elections. You see, sometimes the media, the hype, it's one of the normal elections. It's to pass and go. Yes, the church, we the pastors must make our sermons relevant. We should make our sermons applicable, making the members realize that whatever the Bible says, it is translate. We should contribute to peace and security. So a Christian should not go and snatch ballot box. A Christian should also be vigilant at the polling station because it's your civic responsibility. As a Christian, they are all in the various parties. When they are planning things that will not help the country, you, the Christians there, must speak out.
The Ewutu Senya East constituency is one of the areas that witnessed violence during the 2020 election, with one person sustaining gunshot wounds. However, political leaders in the constituency have vowed to embark on a clean campaign devoid of violence and insult.
Well, you know that in the news, the Ewutu Senya East constituency hasn't been so good in the news. Most of the stories, I would say 90 or 80% of the stories that come in the news are on a negative note. But I would assure the good people of Ewutu Senya East constituency that bad leadership comes to play in all these things. So this time we are having a good leader who is Nakoyo, and the representative of the National Democratic Congress, and also John Dramani Mahama. We are looking at our security. Our security system is in a very bad state. That is why we have all this negativity in the news. So when we boost up our security in our constituency, I believe that those bad news will be a story of the past.
Our Mother Honorable Mebisa Okumsin has always been in constant contact with the churches, and whenever she goes there, whenever she calls them, they come around, they sit at round table and discuss pertinent issues that borders the communities and where the churches are located. So as I said earlier, the church is a stakeholder, and there is no way the church can move away from governance. We are working together. So as our mother has been doing, always visiting the church and sometimes even calling the ministers home, I think they will continue to do that. And whenever they come, the discussions that goes on. For me, sitting in there, I know that they are also coming up to talk to their church members. And as a nation, venturing into 2024 elections, as I stated, the church is a stakeholder.
Ahead of the 2024 elections, political leaders here in Ewutu Senya East have ensured to keep a clean campaign devoid of insults. However, the church has also been called to action. Their role is simply to mediate. Calvus Tete, Citi News, Ewutu Senya East.